Welcome, everybody, and welcome to All In, All United. And all you realize that we have on the panel, a man wearing black and pink, right? And I'm not talking about Lion from Must, right? We're talking about Junior Cumberbatch, right? We want to welcome the lone, Gunner or Arsenal supporter on the inside because it's always nice to have rival fans on the inside to give us different perspectives as far as they're concerned. But before we introduce Junior, right? We just want to do something real special, right? Because earlier, does it get better than this? Or you think it does get better than this? You know, I could say yes, of course it does. But we want to enjoy something that has become somewhat customary, right? We end Arsenal streaks, right? Back in 2004, their invincible unbeaten streak was ended at Old Trafford, right? And today, at Old Trafford, we ended their 5-game unbeaten trophy run. Because everything for Arsenal is a trophy, right? And just in case they didn't realize, right? No, just in case they didn't realize, because, after our embarrassing start, 4-0 at the hands of Brentford, and how much we lost against Brighton? 2-1.
Yeah.
We still only 3 points behind them, right? Now, I ain't throwing no shade for Junior and the respectful section of the Arsenal fan base. But you see the others?
Exactly.
This one is for all you. Trying to get it.
Here goes Van Nistelrooy. The noise says it all. The celebrations say it all. Manchester United open on the right. Rooney in the middle. Here's Rooney. Manchester United wrap it up. And Rooney has the happiest of birthdays. He's done it. It was must win for Manchester United. They have won. Arsenal lose at long, long last. The honour of ending a record run goes to Manchester United.
Reem, that wasn't me, right?
No, that wasn't you. But everybody saw the video and thing, right? Everybody see it good? All see it good?
Yeah,
All was
yeah.
good?
Yeah.
Nice. So I just have to
That was
remind
me.
everybody of who did it the last time. Who we are the ender of streaks, right? And we taking that. So
Yeah, Liverpool
before
won, so.
yeah. So before I come to Junior, because we want to properly introduce Junior on the inside, and just get to hear some background from him with his support and love for Arsenal. I don't know. I mean, that hard boy. How he does do that, boy? Anyway, we just get some comments on the inside, right? Riyad on the inside, he's saying good night, Riyad. Thanks for joining, man. He also saying here, I felt an aura of independence. Aye, hey, what's
No,
that?
he spell it wrong though.
And I seen a set of spam here, but I mean, we move, right? Riyad saying, it, hey, Riyad, behave, right? Behave. Gregory saying here, somebody spamming the comments. Yeah, boy, yeah, I don't know what's going on with them, right? But I mean, we reached to the level all we comments getting spam, so that progress, right? Simeon on the inside, man, welcome. Thanks for joining. He's saying league leaders, Arsenal, much respect, but not today. All right. Gregory's saying here, we have a knack for doing that. Of course. Riyad saying Invincible, who drew more than half the games. I mean, but they still get the title of the Invincibles. We can't take that away from them. Right? Jody on the inside, he's saying blessed night, everyone. Although get overhyped with run. Juju walking, Reem. The real Anthony in the house now.
I'll drop that
All
H.
right, all right.
Double
Yeah, and you
H,
spell the
yeah.
man name wrong too, eh? Gregory. Yeah. We had to do it. I see it and I say Lion. Let me do something with this here. Hey, Kurt on the inside. Yeah, man. Glory, Man United. He's saying a nice 3 points today. David Curtin, good night, man. He's saying on fourth place. Trophy boss. And Gregory reminding us to be nice. Yeah, we have conduct. We have conduct, right? And Rune on the inside, man. Good night, buddy. Thanks for joining. He's saying Invincibles, nothing. Glory, Man United. And finally, before we move on to Junior, Simeon saying here, these are truly dark times. I don't feel like I know more than the coach anymore. Watch the lineup up with, yeah, for real. We always just have an issue with the coaches before and ask if we know more than them. But I mean, they're putting out lineups and they're performing. Davian on the inside, Davian, a long time, buddy. It's been a while. Yes, nice to have you on the inside. So Jay,
Yeah.
welcome to All In, All United. And just tell those who viewing, we just want to know, about your history with your club, and we'll get into the mix. Yeah.
Yeah, good night, everyone. Good night, Nico. Yeah, man. Well, I supported Arsenal since 2006. I think it was the Champions League final with Barca, with Thierry Henry, and I always like how Cesc Fabregas played. And then after him came Robin van Persie. And since then I just kept on supporting, and in spite of all the difficulties, I know I held team, my heart good, everything. But Karim would know this, at that time it started consume me, boy. As like I lost like this today. I wasn't coming on the show, Karim. And I'll be talking about all now at the press but thank God I overcome that, and I just like the football now. And yeah, I support football, and it was a good game today. So that's just a little bit,
Nice. And we're glad to have you on, Angie.
Yeah,
Nico,
man.
what vibes?
Appreciate
What
being here.
vibes? Yeah, man. You're on mute, Nico.
They came muted.
Yeah.
I'll check my connection.
Yeah, check it. All right, no scene. Lion, what vibes? How we feeling?
Good. So Junior, you start backing Arsenal during the failure period.
Yeah, boy. 2006, you say?
Man City 2006 to the Champions League
Yeah.
final. That's when Van Persie was sent off, right? Hey, boy. You're a good fan, though.
Yeah, good, faithful husband too.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, it was a good one today, man. I really enjoyed the game today. It wasn't. Arsenal played well too. I must give it to them. They played well. But I mean, we were more clinical at the end of the day, and we finished them off.
Yeah. JP,
All you hear me now? All you hear me now inside?
Loud and
loud and clear.
Yeah,
Nice. Hey, Junior, good night, man.
yeah, man.
You get some licks. I hope you're staying for the whole show, But let's stay for 10 minutes. Well, 20 minutes. Yeah? Because them fellas in the comments say they're bitter.
No problem, man. No problem.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, JP, tell me now. How we
Yeah,
feeling?
well, I mean, that is the first time in a long time that I enjoy watching my side play. The way we played today, it was, I know we're not at the level that we want to be at yet, but as Kino said after the game when he was talking to Ten Hag, at no point did I feel like Arsenal could beat us today. Even when they came back into the game, I wasn't worried about it because of the characters that we have on the pitch now and the way the team played. My pause raising talking about it now, all kind of thing. Because
We're talking about.
I feel so much better watching the team play under this dispensation.
Yeah.
Nice. Nico, jump in now.
Yeah, boy. I know we had to get into the game, but today was a different United we saw, boy. From the first 4 games or 5, whatever it is, today was on number 5 or number 6?
6.
5. Today was
Five
6?
or six?
5.
5. Fifth game.
5.
Right? So
Yeah.
for those past games and then when I saw this game today, Reem, you saw something different happening. We from the start, you know that it was something different, and as much as Arsenal in the form that they are in, right? I would have predicted that Arsenal are very excellent form, real good form. You know, I my fantasy team, I had 2 Arsenal at one point, maybe 3 Arsenal players in my fantasy team. That was in good form. But today I thought would have been the day that they would have come unstuck. I know that they have gotten that first L for the season, you know, and my team definitely didn't disappoint it.
Nice. Yeah, today is the sixth. Today was the sixth match day, so
yeah.
my
we
bad.
lose
My
2-1.
bad.
We lose 2-1, win 4.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
man.
so let me just get some more of the comments. Right. Red saying here is how every single man who leave Arsenal went and win trophies. Way by
We don't talk that now because Oba go on Chelsea now, and we don't want Chelsea winning anything. So
yeah, for real, eh? For real. Dion on the inside, good night, Dion. Thanks for joining. Great showing today. Love this moment. Yeah, we in a real nice moment earlier. All right, just to keep the consistency. Yeah. Reds in Lion, they had to play well. We don't beat easy.
It's no easy team. Real have an easy team in the Premier League. It have no easy team in the Premier League.
Jesus on the inside, man. Good night. Thanks for joining. The same top of the evening, gentlemen of Manchester United and the odd fella, Glory Man United. Junior back strong. Junior back strong. Don't worry now, man. He back strong.
He really
Hey,
started
Dwayne.
back Arsenal. He had to be real strong.
Yeah. Dwayne on the inside. Good night, buddy. Thanks for joining, man. Jesus saying good fight today. We what I have seen today was everyone fighting for each other. True. Always a double team and recover. Eriksen smooth, yeah, boy, for real. And how long are we talking about that kind of double team pressure?
Eriksen quality, boy. Wow.
Yeah. Could say, hey, the PE teacher slayed big teams too, eh? You're talking about Ollie.
True.
Yeah.
Right.
Because we could have only play as much as we have played transition football today. Under the PE teacher was only transition football. We excel at.
Yeah. Red saying here, I vex though, real damn vex. How we let them score?
I predicted that 3-1. I predicted 3-1.
We had to let them
Junior predicted 3-1 as well, no?
Yeah. Oh gosh.
3-1 to who?
He predicted reverse.
Yes.
Jody saying here, Nico is not we alone that saw a different United. Arsenal saw it too.
Really?
David Curtin saying here, Mark Eriksen look good as a midfield man. Yeah. We were getting to all of that.
It's good. We can't fight it. I can't fight it today.
Me know what it is Mark Tomlin drink, boy. But boy, you gotta keep drinking that way.
You drink a Lucas.
Because that's 60 million. That's 60 million for Casemiro. Look like we overpay now. Look like we overpay for Casemiro. Casemiro gonna go for 20. You know what I mean?
Casemiro might see no minutes here. He might play.
He might see no minutes. He can only play Europa League.
Yeah, because he's sure to play Thursday. Starting Thursday, I guarantee. Natty Junior on the inside is saying here, good night, gentlemen. Fred does well as a super sub. He did well when he came on today. I find.
Reem, that pass for Ronaldo, right? On his left.
But that was a foolish pass. I find he was good after.
On his left foot, which is his better foot. That should have been an easy pass. That pass was
a lot better, yeah.
That pass was too easy to make.
Yeah.
Play at that level on your left foot with all that time.
Went up from them.
Yeah.
You had to be real clinical to get our ball to Ronaldo right
Nah.
Fred does put a ball in the stands or kind of thing. At least it almost Ronaldo.
At least I should have a fighting chance. Ronaldo had no
Yeah,
chance with that ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Ronaldo
Ronaldo, watch me.
likes that
Ronaldo, today Ronaldo looked like he wanted to score bad at
Yeah,
everything,
he was
but
very
Ronaldo
frustrated,
real.
but yeah.
What?
too.
Yeah.
But
Ronaldo
what I
is
said,
something.
a ball like that, Dream, that should have been an easy pass.
True
That
that.
should have
True
been an
that.
easy pass. That was too much time and space.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me just get through the rest of these comments and then we'll get into
Yeah.
to team sheets with Junior now. All right. Kristen saying here, Jody's the real Juju man. Yes. Last life the man say we go win 3-1. Yeah.
We
Jody's
talking
saying
about
here.
Jody. I say too.
Yeah. Jody's saying here, Reem Junior back have to be strong to be taking all Alex in 2006. Because I predicted 3-1 as well. Fred did well to nullify Odegaard in the final set of minutes. Yeah, yeah.
Came off.
And so they gotta come off, right?
Yeah, Odegaard came off.
Well, he probably talking about Smith Rowe.
Yes,
Yeah,
that'll be
it
Smith
was Smith Rowe.
or Vieira.
Yeah.
One else have to slip all over the place.
Kristen saying here, I find whatever wing Sancho play on our fullback does, or whichever wing he played, the fullback just can't see their way until Sancho came off. Rashford go on left wing. Saka had Malacia and he bottom all the time. I find
No, but
Malacia hold
Saka-
he hold. Now
Nah,
I still
but
find
Boy, Malacia was under some pressure, boy.
he was under
Malacia
pressure,
was
but
under
still
pressure.
find
Yeah,
he
under pressure,
hold
but-
his own.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nah,
but
Saka had him.
he win. Over the
Um,
90, Malacia winning now.
I
when
am saying.
yeah, yeah,
I'm saying.
but even before Saka would have scored, you saw during that moment, you saw Saka was on top.
Saka was
Yeah.
turning him up.
Saka was turning him.
It's had one Malacia was running out the box, you know. I don't know
Yeah.
what he was doing. Like,
Yeah.
Yes, he was
Yeah.
turning him, and that way, and to me, that way Saka confidence built to score a goal. As much as it was an easy goal, but he had Malacia during that moment.
yeah.
All right. Good saying here. So here's the conundrum: who do we drop when Martial comes back and fully fit? Like Ten Hag headache,
Like, good
right?
problem. So.
And that's a good problem. Yeah, exactly, that's a good problem
Yeah,
to have.
Yeah.
I'm doing saying here happy for the results, but for me, as good as McTominay doing, I prefer Cassie, Erik, Bruno in that midfield consistently. They go come. Don't worry now,
That
man.
time will come.
Yeah. Kevin on the inside. Jay, good night. He's saying.
Hey.
I see it, like,
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah.
Bring us sanity, man.
Julie saying here, I ain't gonna lie, my heart started to beat real fast when I see Harry
Boy.
coming on. Everybody, boy.
What's that?
I thought we were on the wood when I see Harry coming on.
What's that?
That time we was playing at 10 and Arsenal was playing at 12. You know.
Harry gained 10 pounds on the bench, you know. Although watch Harry today, like he gained
Right.
weight on the bench, you know.
Man,
And
yeah,
1
fat.
minute, the man got yellow winner.
Yeah.
That's a good yellow, huh? That's a good
It
yellow.
was, yeah.
Yeah, but still, see, you only get that because he legs heavy
It too easy to beat.
on
Yeah.
the legs.
I need to
So-
not set a KFC on the bench, man.
so fellas, getting to the mix of the meeting this evening, right? Junior, you know, we just normally go through team selections and, you know, your thoughts on the team selection and that kind of thing. So when you saw Arteta put out his starting 11, you know, what was your thoughts about the team and yeah.
I thought it was a good team, but from the past couple of games, I noticed that Saka had a lot of work to do, right? And he was missing that finishing, something he was missing. He has played better if you notice to the last part of the season last year. When Tommy Asu or Cedric was there, they were making a lot of runs, a lot of offense. But Ben White, he was turn a chance in it. Sometime he goes, sometime he stays. So Saka had more freedom. I find it now. He's not a football guru to the listeners. So I just why I see it. Right? That and the rest of the team was fairly well. I was glad that the Zinchenko started. Gabriel, everybody else was fairly good. The team selection was good, except for that. I thought Tommy Asu was started.
Okay. And as I said, I would have give Saka a little more freedom when Tommy Asu
Yeah.
pulled
He started off good against what is he playing in Malaysia?
Malacia.
Yeah, he started off good, but he had too much work to do, boy. And I fear that, you know, he don't have enough competition in that position too. You know, I feel like he'll
Okay.
get burned out real fast.
Okay. And
That
I
is
know
just
you
my
did like
opinion. Huh?
I know you had like Pepe and Pepe
Yeah, boy,
he gone.
lemon down bad
What
boy.
you like about Pepe,
Right?
man? You name all.
Wow.
Hey,
They're good at that
that's
too.
all. But I want to
Go
ask
ahead, Cole.
Junior, in terms of tyranny, boy. Yeah, tyranny and
Yeah,
Zinchenko, right? So you say you was grateful for Zinchenko, but for me, Zinchenko is does to provide you with a more midfield kind of play than a more defensive kind of play. So his awareness defensively mightn't be how our tyranny defensively might be now. So like even for the first goal, tyranny might have been more aware of maybe a Anthony, right, than maybe a Zinchenko, because Zinchenko studying to play in midfield more or less defending. When tyranny
yeah,
position would have been more defending than attacking. So I don't know if it is that Ateta would have came naive to United and saying, yeah, what, we're top of the league, even if we lose today, we will still be on top. So then we go for the jugular. So you went with Zinchenko. But I think that if Tyranny played, that Anthony for that first goal may not have been that free now because it had no marking at all for that first goal.
yeah. I don't really rate Tony, you know. I find
Uh-huh.
too suspect. I don't know.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay.
Everything is forward. I think that Shevchenko is he more clinical position wise and stuff. You know, that's just my view. Right? Tony kind of too suspect still. Yeah, so
Yeah, but you talk about Ben White and Ben White. He scared to go forward, but when you see Sancho coming, what you supposed to do? You had to defend.
Yeah.
You cannot go forward when you have a player like Sancho on the left there. You had to stay there and watch. And Saka was holding his own on the right there. He was giving Malacia thunder, but he was giving
Yeah,
I think
I find so.
Malacia thunder.
I find so. I find over the 90, to be honest, earlier, I find Saka had Malasia number. Today is the first time that I saw that Malasia was really tested.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I agree.
I think before today he wasn't really tested, but today he stood up to the test, you know. He battled on. He didn't even get a caution today. He stuck to Saka. Saka would have more or less won the battle by scoring. But today he was tested. And to be, if you had to say overall, as much as Saka would have been successful, I think Malasia would have come out better for the test today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with you. That's true.
So guys, let's get our thoughts on the team sheet now. You know, when Ten Hag I know, you know, a lot of people were talking about he go start Ronaldo today. This had to be the game when Ronaldo gonna get his start. Right? You know, Rashford wasn't 200 last game. We need that focal point. He gonna start. He can't start Anthony because the principles, you know, blah 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 blah. What was all the thoughts when, you know, the team sheets came out? Go ahead, Nico.
Yeah. Well, of course, the elephant in the room, which I guess most United players would have, open eyes to, was Anthony starting now. You know, because everybody say, but wait now, but Casemiro here, almost 2 weeks now, can't get a start. Anthony come in about 3 days, and Anthony start, you know. So in terms of the team sheet, I think that would have stand out. Everybody would have focused in on that. No Casemiro, but Anthony. But I guess that could be justified in terms of Anthony knowing Ten Hag's philosophy, what is demanded of him, if it's Ajax or if it's wherever it is. Anthony will have done that in multiple big games, if it's for Brazil, if it's for Ajax, Champions League, you know, and different games. So I guess Ten Hag would have trusted him in that role, you know, and I guess today, we can't question Ten Hag, as somebody was in the comments before. You know, we cannot question these decisions Ten Hag making, because after he would have given Maguire Shaw, even Ronaldo, rope to hang themselves, as we just normally say, and And then now, when he say here, what, all right, let me start to imprint what I want. Right? Then we seen Anthony today. Wasn't a big question mark, but Ten Hag, all right. All right, you know what you're doing. We're giving you that, that forward. You do your thing, and it worked out for us.
Yeah. So before I go to Lion, let me just get some of the comments right. So Christopher on the inside, Christopher, thanks for joining, buddy. He's saying Invincibles, nothing, right? In full caps here playing. Right? Simeon saying here, Anthony, hear them fellas talking about him money. But he say, watch this. Yeah. Anthony, people was talking about whether he could be able to deal with that, the weight of the jersey, and the price tag. I mean, he deal with that pretty good today, yeah? Natty Jr. saying here today when I see Maguire get that yellow card in the first minute, I say, la. Everybody's like, oh God, boy.
Yeah.
Try to at least convince me that you want to improve now.
Yeah.
Doing saying here, Saka's speed and technique very different. He's proper trouble. Malacia had trouble keeping up, and Malacia's speed and recovery is very good. Yeah, and I guess Nico was saying that, right? Simeon saying here, even though Malacia had issues against Saka, we saw how better the unit was in recovery. That's correct.
Yeah.
Jody saying here, team lineup, I predicted the exact 11 on the app.
Wow.
Like
2 games in a row, Jody. Like 2 games in a row, you predict.
Jody, do something to get Marcel off that injury now, because like you predicting everything, but what's going on? Right? He's saying, why change a winning formula? I know Ilanga was getting dropped. His first chance, and he performed well and scored. How much opportunities Ilanga got to score and perform and failed for the season so far? Yeah. Christopher saying here, it's always a pleasure to end Arsenal unbeaten runs. Yeah, of course. And if you was here for the beginning of the program, Christopher, you'd see the little tribute we had for Junior, right? Yeah, go through Lion.
Yes, that was remember I told you today, Reem. I say, well, Anthony, it's easier to slot in Anthony because he knows Ten Hag's system. He knows how to play. You cannot really break up a winning team, especially a midfield. You might throw off the chemistry by putting in Casemiro, especially in a game like this, right? So I wasn't mad at the team. Scott, he doing something different. I don't know what he doing in training. I don't know what he eating. Change the diet. He's serving some higher power. Something he doing. The man play like a real monster, right? He's still, to me, I think next few games he might be out of the team, but for now he doing well. Yes, I wasn't too surprised of the starting 11. Yeah, and that was good.
Yeah, JP.
Yeah, well, initially I was surprised to see Anthony from the start. I thought he would have come in at some point, but when I reason it out, it makes sense because that's Ten Hag player. So you really have to think about it too much. You know what Ten Hag expect from him, and in the 60 minutes that he played, you see that he fits into the team as if he would have been there because it's the system you're accustomed to.
Correct.
You know what the manager expects of him. So that was the only surprise to me initially because I think Ilanga was the easiest to drop from the previous starting 11s when you think about it. Scott doing whatever Scott doing and working.
He defined the odds, boy.
He defined the odds. Like, I don't know if he tuned into the podcast and hear the kind of lecture he was getting, he should invite Maguire to listen to.
Don't feel them fellas don't know what is going on.
No, they know what is good. They'll be here any kind of talk that will be going on. Yeah.
Because even Ten Hag in interviews, he does say, even Scott did well. You understand?
Yeah.
Because everybody knows guys in next head of the chopping block.
Exactly.
So Ten Hag he does stand out and say, well, even McTominay or Scott did well today, you know?
Yeah.
He does get them little hints in the media.
Yeah.
He real psychological.
Yeah. I like him, I really like him.
Yeah.
So far, I'm very impressed with Ten Hag because they've seen him stamping his authority on the team with the big decisions that he's making. Any other manager, you bring Casemiro in the team, you don't have to start him.
It's
Have to. Ronaldo in that team, Ronaldo not see no bench. You have to start it. But Ten Hag making major decisions.
Maguire.
I think the next one
Maguire
coming.
should be starting.
The next one coming is Maguire going to lose our captaincy. Take what on it, because today I looked at Maguire on that pitch, and even when he was leaving the pitch, and Maguire is not a United player. He is not.
He
You
goes
can
the
say
next
that
season.
England start to defend that boy. You can say that.
No. I don't
Maybe he can
remember
start
that.
for England, but not for Manchester. Hey, Junior, remember Manchester United is bigger than England, eh?
Yeah.
All right.
If it's real,
And England
Manchester
manager
United
is
is bigger than England, eh? All
and
right.
England manager is Southgate is not me. Who's Southgate?
No, I said, you
But
feel
all I hear-
Southgate
all I hear-
at Manchester United work? Southgate,
But all I hear-
he reaching the
Exactly.
door.
All I hear Southgate say that Maguire place in England secure even though he go
That's
through this little
foolishness.
spell on the that's real crap. That's real
That's
crap.
foolishness because how
He's
other
not-
players
he's
not
not
getting
fan
that
of
luxury.
No, I said, unless it's an England
Yeah.
fan, that will affect you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that ain't affecting me anyway.
Imagine how John Stones is feeling.
Boy. but Junior, we talking about Ten Hag, and I mean 5 games into his reign and tenure as Manchester United manager, and we actually seeing some tangibles. It's identifiable, right? In terms of his philosophy, what he trying to imprint in the team, as well as the kahunas in terms of being able to drop certain players and not start certain players and say this. Listen, it has nothing to do with reputation, nothing to do with name, nothing to do with history. It's about now, and if you play, you start. You all pleased with what you're seeing Arteta. Now I know most times fans will have different opinions from the board. And I mean the board will make the decision to have him here still. You all pleased with what you're seeing from Arteta in terms of his imprinting on the team?
I think so far for me, yeah, I am pleased because it started good with the FA Cup, and then it started to go downhill. But seeing what he did with Ozil, he started. I was real vexed for that, but the discipline. I mean, I don't know about my own side of the story, but seeing what he did with him too, and he is a big name player also. It's like you can't really slip up, and I feel he trying to bring back that the same thing what Ten Hag is doing, trying to bring back that old school kind of managerial kind of thing. And it's very hard to manage about 20 millionaires. These days, a player vex, he not training, he wanna go to another team. It's like spoiled children.
Yeah.
But for me, I please so far, and this is not the end. I don't think this is the end product you're looking for. Because if you watch our bench as youngsters, we don't have a depth like how you all brought on Ronaldo, you all brought on Fred. We had Smith Rowe, we had Nketiah, and these fellas.
Quality player. Junior,
Who?
Smith Rowe.
Smith
Smith Rowe last season.
Against lower teams there.
No, but
My
last
God,
season,
you
Smith
mad
Rowe was
us.
a
Smith
top
was with
player.
them last season.
He's a
Last
baller,
season,
boy.
Smith Rowe was
He's
a
a real
top
baller.
player.
So why not started?
No, because Odegaard ahead of him,
Odegaard.
and Odegaard
Right.
is
No, but-
skipper, and
but,
Odegaard in form.
But Odegaard and Martinelli right now on form, so Smith Rowe
Yeah,
don't have
on
a
yeah.
No, but
I
on
think
a-
for
on
the
a-
Europa League, I know it's plenty more games this year, but I still don't feel we have a good depth, boy. I ain't feel so.
on a real, I understand what you're saying, huh?
Compared to other teams.
When I see Sambi starting,
Yeah,
I tell my father-in-law, I say Arsenal gonna election. He's
yeah.
Arsenal fan, and when I
Yeah.
watch the bench, I say, do I nobody to come on and change Arsenal game?
Nah,
Nobody.
Sam be good for slower games. Not for that
He
game
go for
today.
the bench. Sambi ain't good.
Because Sammy made some errors so that led to the goals.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sambi was
Yeah.
a suspect today. I watch him today.
That tackle on Bruno.
And again, we do have anybody to come on for him. A party like, I don't know, he get the Arsenal curse.
Eh,
Always
Yeah,
injured.
but Partey was ever so injury prone when he was at Atletico.
No,
I don't think so.
I don't
No.
think not just the other day. I probably get injured once.
The high intensity he can't do.
Yeah, that Premier League.
Premier League different too, eh?
That Premier League
Yeah,
different.
yeah.
Let me just get some of the comments here. Jody saying here, I'm sorry to say, but it will be hard for Martial and others to get in.
Nah,
But they will
Marcel
get
walking in that
opportunity.
team.
Nah, Marshall, coming on.
Martial-
But Jody gets playing up
Jody?
that we're going with Jody.
Yeah, Jody Marcel walking into that team
He
because
coming on take
because
Rashford picker.
yeah, because even if you watch Rashford today, Rashford can't hold up that ball. Gabriel
Yeah,
bully he
but-
all
but-
over the place, rough
but-
him up.
Yeah, but something I think that might end up really happening is possible that the Sancho could get dropped on Rashford.
Yeah, I feel so, eh? I feel
Yeah.
Sancho could get it
That
okay.
could, that could,
I feel
that
so.
could happen because Rashford is scoring goals, and
Yeah,
when he
Rashford's
scored,
scoring
he scored
goals.
when he was not the focal point.
Yeah,
Guys,
I
when
really
he
feel
scored.
it's
Sancho
Sancho
scoring
could be.
too, eh?
Sancho's
Sancho
scoring
scored
too.
too, so it's good headache to have again, but
No,
I
but-
still
but-
think that Rashford will get the edge over him.
Because for me, it depends on who you're playing. Because once a team like Arsenal or Liverpool giving you space in behind, Rashford is the one willing to make the runs.
He is,
Rashford
yeah,
Yeah.
But when you have a stubborn defense, you're not going to play Rashford to run into blind alleys because you can still do
right,
it.
right,
Yes.
You know?
yeah.
Was a Sancho.
Yeah.
Slightly
So I
different to
go
that.
use
Rashford is
Sancho.
more about pace, and Sancho you get trickery with him to kind of get through to unlock a defense.
Correct. Christopher saying here, we're building something with Ten Hag. This was a victory for him. He outmanaged Arteta. Looking forward to more of this. Of course.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
man. Jody saying here, Arsenal missing part in the middle like real bad. Yeah, and we glad, right? Let him come back next week. Right?
Yeah, and with Sambi, Xhaka, if you notice the first games that we win, Xhaka play more offensive, but with Lokonga now we had to adjust,
Yeah.
you know, because he had to cover for him plenty.
We-
So
Yeah,
we
because-
show him off
Yeah,
too.
true.
Yeah, because I can't remember
Yeah,
Shaka play today. Shaka play today.
But Shaka was invisible. Shaka and Casper
Yeah,
today.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Shaka was Casper today.
only one triple tackle, and he ain't got a card.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because normally for the last few games Arsenal played, Shaka was instrumental, as Junior would have said,
Very.
Yeah.
in the attacking or the offensive part of Arsenal play. But today I didn't see
Yeah.
him at all.
Dwayne saying here, Marcel would be used sparingly because he like a pack of ramen noodles.
Nah, Marshall, he stand.
Long as he fit, he go play. But
Yeah.
They need to
again,
work on that, boy. You need to work on that.
that fitness. Yeah, they
Yeah,
get
What
that's
is he
a
going
yes
on
to me.
Martinez though? I see he come off injured.
That was just accumulation. He good.
He
He
good,
good. Yeah,
yeah.
he good.
He good.
He
You
good.
want
He
to
good.
take a Maguire, sir.
Hey,
Guys, don't forget to like and share the podcast. We want to get more people in on the content, right? You know, we had a very, very good victory today. The game was real good, plenty positives. You know, so let me get the shares and let me get the likes up, right? Fellas, in terms of the team sheet for me, all I know, I mean, I had talked earlier during the course of the release of the team news and then during the game and thing. I think this was a real message to Ronaldo. I feel Ten Hag kind of, you know, using that iron fist with Ronaldo simply because, you know, we were all thinking that this whole thing with him deciding not to turn up for preseason, we thinking that, well, that done, you know, wherever. But more than anything, the fact that he bring Anthony in after 2 training sessions, right, and didn't start Ronaldo again in a game as big as this, playing the league leaders, I am seeing that as Ten Hag more of disciplining Ronaldo, right? He can't come out and say it, right, because then the media will take that and they'll twist that and they'll try to sell how much papers and news and all kind of thing. But when you cannot, because I find, in my opinion, when Ronaldo came on, he made a difference. He impacted the game as far as I'm concerned. He did,
Definitely.
right? He did a proper better job than what Rashford was doing through the middle,
Yeah.
right? Which means probably he could have started, right? But when I look at the decisions that the manager is making, the manager is sending a message and he's making it clear he will make an example of Ronaldo to everybody else here. So you make an example of the biggest one, and you know everybody underneath go see that and go say, well, hey, this man not messing about. And you're getting the message to the entire team, right? Ilanga could have started again today. Ilanga would have gained the same energy, but I mean, the fact is we were end product. And as I was telling Nico, anybody else but Anthony was gonna shoot with a right foot, and make Ramsdale look like a good goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Right? But you need that man with a left foot on the right hand side to put it past the goalkeeper. And I don't think Rashford or Sancho have that on that side, because they would have definitely tried to cut back or pass, or the keeper that saved it.
But I'm a question in terms of well, not a question, but in terms of what I said in terms of the spinner Ronaldo. I personally don't think that is what's going on. However, I think that Ten Hag looking to the future. I think Ten Hag looking to the future. I think the Premier League is not a forgiving league, and I don't know how. Well, as we have seen, Ronaldo hasn't been effective in the Premier League, especially for this season. If it's because he would have missed the preseason, and his form, fitness, conditioning hasn't built up to where it's supposed to be, that he's struggling against Premier League defenders. But honestly, I think that Ten Hag look into the future. I think the future is not Ronaldo. I think the future. I think he's planning to the future in terms of maybe Ronaldo will looking to leave in even January, right? Maybe his agent is working behind the scene to get a deal in January. So if it is that player would have told me that he wants to leave, he's adamant in terms of leaving, then now I have to build my team, right, in terms of planning for that. So I cannot build my team with Ronaldo as a focal point when I know January, right? Or hopefully he leaving soon. Because Ten Hag would have said in multiple interviews that is a process. He'd talk about Arsenal, he'd talk about City, he'd talk about teams that playing together for a while, and you could see he used that term, certain scenarios, or certain patterns of play that would have built over time within certain players then. So I think Ronaldo is not part of the future, so he is looking to build a future with what we have going forward. So I don't think there's nothing on Ronaldo to start penalizing him. I don't think it's that. But I could be wrong. But I don't think
I tend to think differently, simply because when you look at all the other managers that were here before, apart from the fact that you have the GOAT in your squad, right? It have other factors that influence your squad selection. Now, whether Ten Hag tell the board it's my way or no other way, I am firmly of the belief that Ten Hag could use Ronaldo, right? He could use Ronaldo over Elanga. I am convinced by that. And today, I was questioning it, and after today, I believe now Ronaldo could play this role, right? The mere fact that he continuously leaves Ronaldo out, yes, we could argue future, but if you have a man who could play a role and would be able to play it at a different level than who you have on the pitch, and I'm talking about Elanga because he's the sort of, then why not use him while you're paying him £500,000 a week?
Yeah.
Right? So my thing is, listen, it's all about sending a message, because what I am of the firm belief that what Ronaldo did over the summer, you can't just leg with that. You have to send a message, and you know it, as Junior had mentioned, you know how it is to manage millionaires now. You have to send messages now. You have to, and once you hurry back into the club, you have to make statements. And I have seen that, because you can't tell me. I watch, and I was of the opinion that Elanga, intensity, wherever. But I see Ronaldo could do it. Ronaldo could do that. I see it today.
Ronaldo couldn't do what Elanga was doing. As poor as Elanga was.
No, but look at what but what I'm saying. No. But you understand what I'm saying, because if Ronaldo come in the team, Ronaldo not going to play Elanga position.
Exactly.
Rashford or Sancho will go out there and
compare him with Elanga.
No, I'm saying the player. So if I fit Ronaldo into the team, then somebody who would do what Elanga is supposed to do, or probably even better in Sancho or Rashford, they would have been the ones doing that, and he would have been the one playing through the middle. Mm-hmm. So that's all I'm saying. I could be wrong too, Nico. Because I'm not doubting and denying that he looking into the future, but
If a man tell me he want to leave, then I look into the future.
Yeah. Simeon saying here the fellas really try to get Jesus and Martinez and Malacia in aerial battles.
Nah, that didn't work. That failed.
Yeah, Jesus saying here, Narim, Ten Hag not on disciplining Ronaldo. It's all about the team. That's the example. Either you bring your whole self or nothing,
Exactly.
right? And he know Ronaldo not committed, so
Exactly.
Reem, how Ronaldo could start when Rashford them doing the job and scoring the goal. Jody, you
Yeah,
missed
but
one point, buddy.
Rashford score when Ronaldo come on.
Exactly.
This
When
And the
problem is
pos-
Ronaldo was
and the runs that Rashford scoring from is the diagonal runs off the left.
yeah. So I tend to side with what Reem's saying here, because I as you say, if you have the player to disposal, they will use them until the very last, especially the money that they get in. So the whole thing that was surrounded around Ronaldo over the summer, you can't just come and walk in the team, because
Exactly.
that could have throw off everything in our squad and cause problems. That was a big thing, because you were literally shopping yourself around there trying to come out of the club. And then when the season starts and nobody wants you, you're here, you can't just walk in the team, and it don't matter what game it is. I'd rather chance it with players who stay committed to the club, didn't make our fuss, and I'll bring you on to let you know, but
Exactly.
yes, stay here, I'll use you, but you're not going to be the main man no more. I think he's sent that message. I tend to see it that way too.
And I looking at the subliminals too because he keeps saying preseason. He don't
Yeah,
have a preseason. Wait,
yeah,
what do you think that
and
mean?
his
He
and
yeah,
say
his
Ronaldo don't
six
have a
games
preseason.
and his
yeah.
6 games.
6 games in
Wait,
now,
he
yeah.
could have started
Yeah, and
against
to the
Saliba and Gabriel. Maybe that could, I don't know, I guess that could be a reason. Against
I
Arsenal's defense, if Ronaldo could have started.
Yeah, yeah, because he
Yeah,
was pressing more
Ronaldo.
than Rashford when he come on. Rashford,
Ronaldo.
it had times in the game I was watching Rashford, and, like, I wanted to scream
But
at
that
him
is
to
when
press the ball.
Rashford
Gabriel
wasn't
and
moving at that
them would
Yeah,
point.
he
have been,
wasn't moving.
okay.
yeah. So first let me get into the J. In terms of the game today from Arsenal's perspective, what you thought about the game, you know, what was your thoughts about the game from your perspective as an Arsenal fan looking at your team?
Rim, that's all. That's Rim. Before you go into the game, I know the game is a whole holistic, right? But let me say if we zooming in, right? If we zoom into that moment, right, when the goal was choked off.
Yeah, Jay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
At first, I just logged on when they was checking the goal. And that's my
Oh,
first impression of was whether Robin win Old Trafford boy. But when I actually saw if you really look at it, from my view, I got the referee said play on, right? And then they had to check VAR. But if you really look at things in slow motion, it's a foul. It's a foul, right? But I was reading what I was saying, it's a soft foul now, and VAR kind of killing the game and these things. But to me, it's a foul, right?
Gotta
And both
respect you,
teams,
man.
I find the game was real good. Both teams, from a football point of view, just we had many chances, but we didn't take it. You all had the chances, and you all took it,
yeah,
right? And we played too high, man. That defense against Rashford, especially. Oh gosh,
Yeah,
yeah,
let's
was
sell
getting
ourselves.
and
Yeah, let's sell.
yeah, and
Bruno
yeah,
was
he
good today.
naive. That's naive. That's naive.
Bruno was
That's the
real good today.
problem.
Yeah.
I
Nico, what
respect
was your
you for
thoughts on the
saying that, man, because them
yeah.
Arsenal fans, them other Arsenal fans, and they
yeah,
rob
Yeah.
we and thing
yeah,
and thing. Ericsson was too slow on the ball at that moment, but you could clearly see that Odegaard extend his arm and push him up.
Yeah.
yeah,
He pushed.
yeah.
Yeah, it was a
Push.
foul.
Rim, you're
Nico?
gonna talk something?
Yeah, Nico, I know, I mean,
It
with
was
your
yeah.
history. Yeah.
For me, right? If I was refereeing that game, that goal stand. I'm being honest, right?
Mm.
Because let me tell you why. Because I could have seen from a mile, even watching on TV, that Ericsson didn't know that man was coming. Ericsson was playing like he was in the bedroom, right? Seriously. So normally, right? If a player unaware that a player coming and a player come on, because in slow motion you might see the arm come out and it will look,
Yeah.
but in full view, when I saw that, I didn't see a foul. I'll be honest.
All
The
right,
only
so
time
let me ask you something,
you might
Nico.
think was a foul is when Erickson threw up hand in the air. But Erickson was sleeping on the ball. He didn't know that man behind him.
Nico.
And because
All
of
right.
that,
But Nico, let me pose something to you. So we in
Yeah.
2022, you have
Right.
VAR. So
I know
you
they
see it,
did that.
Yeah.
yeah,
and you
Nico,
call
need
it.
to get VAR in the
Right.
games.
The
So
telling
with
you
VAR,
is,
remember I
go
custom
and watch the
Pro
cup, the
League and
monitor.
I custom Pro League and Super League and all kind of things. So that goal, right? That is goal. That is goal.
VAR no keep your
with-
phone, man.
Yeah, but with VAR, I would give it as a foul. You know, because who it was that defended him? Actually, remember who was the player or the guard?
Odegaard.
It was Odegaard.
Yeah.
Right. He didn't play the ball. Right,
No.
at no point.
No.
Right, and you also saw the hand extended, and you also saw
Yeah.
contact at the legs. So
Yeah.
because of that, let me say if it had a faint touch of the ball, I'd say no foul. But it had no
Correct.
contact with the ball,
Yeah.
all the contact was on the
That's all.
player. So with VAR, foul. Or without VAR, goal.
Nice.
And the
nice.
referee, the retired referee who was on the panel is Dermot McGallagher. That is
Yeah.
what he was saying that it was a continuous play. So
Yeah.
from the foul, the ball went directly for the goal to score.
yeah.
So it wasn't like a while after the foul that the goal
Yeah,
scored.
yeah,
It
yeah.
was
Was the
one
same.
continuous play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the referee
Same
was
phase of
not-
play. As I call it,
Referee-
that was within the same phase of play.
Same phase of play, right? Yeah.
But the game had a nice tempo. It had a real nice tempo.
But the
Yeah,
ref had
it
an inconsistent game in a sense, huh? Because I see at
To
that
me, I
point,
find he wasn't bad.
I see,
So
I
if
see,
Mike Dean didn't do that game, that's a goal.
I see Scott.
Yeah.
Scott stopped Jesus. He
Yeah.
blow. I thought it was a foul,
Yeah,
and still give we back the ball.
yeah.
Nah,
That
see
was
this-
the no. I when they stopped it for the head injury, wasn't that?
no.
Ooh, that one was an
That
next crazy one too. That was a
Yeah,
mad
boy,
call.
on Jesus. Yeah,
Yeah.
boy, oh gosh.
Yeah.
Stop him clean. He
Yeah,
fall, right? And then the ref blow the game, he blow, and then he give back United the ball. I was like, what was that about? Because we already had the momentum.
That you sure that wasn't the one when
Yeah.
Jesus fall down and he blew it because Jesus he thought it was some head injury for Jesus. You sure it's not that one?
The head injury wasn't that
In the
one?
first half?
No
In the
way he
first
got
half?
head injury there.
How
Yeah,
he
yeah.
fall, the referee thought he hit his
head on the
head.
pitch.
Yeah. That is rubbish. Them
Yeah.
pitches
This man
so
is
nice and so
everything.
comfy.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
If they come Skinner Park,
Yeah. Yeah.
eh?
A big stone
After
attack, big stone on the
rainfall.
pitch.
After rainfall,
Glass
Men
bottle.
Yeah.
running through mud.
Someone
Men running through
fell
mud
into
whole
it.
game.
Great bottle.
Yeah.
And let me say, men running through mud, like you say for this game, and 2 days on the road, we get some hot sun and this game. You know what that pitch is?
Like a knife, sharp like a knife, you know.
That's what I say. And you can stop game. You can stop game for that.
Yeah.
Them
Yeah.
nice pitches, but come on,
He
man.
just dive too much, man, for everything.
Jody's saying here, oh fellas, I have to jump out. Yeah, man, thanks for joining. He's saying 2-0 win for Manchester United on Thursday in the Europa. He says
Maguire
Ronaldo
scoring?
starting, by the way. Yeah, we expect a full rotation on our
Yeah,
side.
Yeah.
Nico, that's why you did not referee the game. You had to be going mad.
I tell you, no, those type of games, right? You don't call baby fouls. You let the game play
Yeah.
because
yeah,
you come to see quality football.
correct.
And if you
I
are a
think
referee with to suck the whistle for every touch, then you're spoiling
Yeah.
the game as a spectacle. Now. You know, people come to see because these players is like you seeing a movie in front of your face. So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
stopping the game for every moment. Then
It's like
you-
an advertisement.
yeah, right. People like excitement, you killing it. So for me, right, I see person who conducting, right, this movie. A moment like that, I'm not stopping it. That is goal. Because now people come to see goal. People like come to see the referee stopping the game for a foul that ain't looking like a foul, that a man sleeping on the ball. No, people come to see the ball in the back of the net. And that's the difference. We are refereeing as a spectator. We refereeing because we come to entertain also, or ensure that there is entertainment for the fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, but VAR do the work, right?
Nah, what do I have to do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus saying here at high speed, and the way it happened, I thought I thought it was McTominay, yeah.
Against that trust.
Never thought Ericsson would have got caught on the ball, so yeah, but it was a foul.
He
And VAR
definitely
only
got caught on the
comes,
ball, and that is my point. He got caught on the ball.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
That is why
And
I would
VAR
have left it.
right, and VAR only comes in if they thought there was a mistake, especially leading to a goal. That's correct. Dwayne saying here, but if you can't come from behind and extend your arms or put your foot and obstruct the player legs and expect a goal to stand, whether or not Erik was slow to react. Right, so
Yeah,
I'm saying
but
is you can't follow the player and expect.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Dwayne, you only see that after the slow motion. Before slow motion, I sure you saw that was a good goal. Before the
Yeah.
slow motion,
Yeah, it looked good. It looked good.
it looked
before
good.
then. I
But
was
after
like,
the slow
why
motion,
Ericsson not passing the ball?
exactly, he was sleeping on the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully them youths get sweat too. They can actually nice to see him. Yeah. Hopefully.
He ain't got no
So earlier
Actually,
we Junior, who you thought was the biggest stress on Manchester United's team today?
I don't know. I always Bruno boy. Always against Arsenal boy. And they give him too much space. And he was like the maestro in the middle there. Bruno for me.
And I thought Bruno had a real good game because as
Yeah.
Junior
He did.
as Junior mentioned Bruno, let's talk about McTominay, Bruno, and Rashford because these three people, because we don't talk about Maguire and Shaw because Ten Hag already dealt with those, right?
Let me play. Let me play.
But they
Yeah.
did well today though.
But these three
And
in
they did.
particular, right? They have been largely frustrating over the last, let me say, 18 months. But we're seeing something that could really change, opinions on them. But is it still too early to change opinions on them? Because I mean they've been consistently rubbish for some time. But let me talk about these three players. What are our thoughts on them now?
I think with Rashford and Bruno, you know what they could do, right? And with Scott, you've seen a drastic improvement in his game. I'm not going to get carried away with him because he might come and do some madness in the next few
He
games.
surprised. Not today, he surprised, man.
Yeah, but
Everybody,
Yeah.
he surprised everybody.
Yeah, everybody.
the man, he has been playing really good. Yeah, Bruno is the Bruno. The Bruno I saw today is the Bruno I know.
Yeah.
I know what he could do. So it's not really a surprise because these players being properly coached now.
Yeah.
So it's expected that is either the level raise or they're just not good enough. Yeah.
Go through, JP?
Yeah, well, I want to say one player who I think making the major difference that allowing these players to get back to the best is Ericsson. I think honestly, so far Ericsson has been our best signing. He may not get the goals, he may not get the assists, but he provided the assists before the assists.
He got
And
assisted.
He get one today, yeah.
Yeah.
And he provided an assist to Bruno for Bruno to provide the assist. Like he is like that's what Bruno was missing in this team. Somebody with that intelligence in the midfield to transition the play. And Ericsson allowing that to happen. So I think that is what giving players the confidence to get back to the best. So we have an intelligent midfielder who could control the game. And that's the engine room for the team. Scott, I don't know how we make Scott better. If it's him not doing it, but or if it's Jesus himself that came and intervened in this situation. But that'll be something, right? But I wouldn't get carried away with Scott as Lion saying. I wouldn't get carried away with Scott as yet. But Bruno and Rashford, the goals especially for Rashford will bring back that confidence to him. I saw he took on some players today too, and I like when I saw that. Bruno doing less complaining and focusing more on actually playing the game too. and I believe it's the captain armband that put in that responsibility on him too. That he's shouldering it and it manifested in how we playing. And I really feel like a proper decision need to be made to the strip Maguire of it, give Bruno properly. Make him the proper team captain. And sell Maguire too, one time.
That's how he is, huh?
Yeah, that JP, I like Maguire at all.
But the man do nothing. He do nothing today to really sit like show well, all right, I'm coming on to prove something.
Nah. He
Nah,
deserves to be on the
when
bench.
he actually come back when he came on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Phil
and
Jones might give a better account of himself.
and Nico, remember Mikel and all messages when Maguire come on.
Yeah,
He
I
thought,
hope. Yeah, but I love you say, boy, when Maguire came on, we could have scored them 2 goals. Yeah, that's how we could have come back. Maguire was on the field. Yeah,
That's the kind of confidence Arsenal fans have now, boy,
Yeah,
in Maguire.
boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. To me, Rashford cut a frustrating figure in the first half. As much as he would have done, I think Rashford struggled without space. He does struggle. Gabriel would have bullied him. He looked like he lacked energy, like he didn't want to give effort. That's how he's looking to me. I don't know if he was concerned with it, knowing that the space sort of open up for him later on. But he struggled playing it when we had the possession, because we had a nice piece of possession in the first 15-20 minutes. I want to know if it's Barca when Ronaldinho and Eto'o and Rivaldo and these fellas was playing, because the quality of football I was seeing
Look real
United
pretty,
play
boy.
was real good, and I was in awe. I was,
Yeah.
and against Arsenal too, because Arsenal is a possession-based team, and Arsenal couldn't put a foot close to United until that Martinelli goal. You see, after that Martinelli goal, we were shell-shocked. And then
We started just back, yeah.
Right? But before that was the best I have seen United played in a long time.
Ages,
Maybe not a decade.
Fully agreed.
No,
Fully
honestly,
agreed.
maybe not a
Fully
decade.
agreed. Fully agreed.
Right?
Yeah.
The quality of football I saw until that Martinelli goal, and I we just be so much into the game that you just feel it now.
Yeah.
So even after that Martinelli goal, you could have felt that the team started to
Drop off.
retreat.
Yeah.
And that confidence sort of drop a little bit, knowing
Yeah.
that what we playing with one move, we could be done.
Yeah. They get that one. Yeah.
Yeah. So again, we saw that Rashford, how much he excelled with space. Transition football, he built for that. So any team that feel that they want to open up and give us space in behind, they'll be in trouble. They'll be in trouble, because players like Martial, Rashford, even Bruno thrive in space. And I think that is where we can kill off Arsenal today. Because to me, if Arsenal scored first, I think the game would have been different.
Yeah.
The game would have been different. But because we scored first, now Arsenal had attacked us and not given us space. And then now they would have went 1-1 and said here what they want to go for the jugular. So Ateta said here what I Old Trafford right up at the table, I go for the jugular. Again, mistake again. Because now you leave space in behind. Because we are Manchester United, a transition team. All of us know that. We know we don't play that when that's set back football. We just struggle to break down teams. The only time we really break down a team is when they try to attack us. So I think with space, Rashford did well. However, playing where space was restricted, he struggled.
Yeah. And I telling you, after Arsenal scored that goal, I was of the opinion, because what I can't remember what minute they had scored. And no, after they scored, they had plenty time.
17th minute.
The 59th minute.
No.
Right.
You're talking about the
Arsenal.
The actual goal.
Draw.
I don't
This is plenty time for them to continue to pressure us, because now the momentum with them, they get a goal, we're on the back foot, and they have plenty time to come and probably pan next 1 or 2 passes.
Yeah.
So that response, where you call it the whatever, right? But the goal that we came and scored right after the Rashford goal, that was a real sucker punch,
Yeah.
right? And that was against the runner play, and that caught me by surprise. And I was listen, like I've been honest with you, how the game was going at that point in time,
Yeah.
I really didn't see us scoring.
Yeah.
But
You know?
Arsenal came out second half. They came
Yeah,
out
well, that's what
after
I'm talking
the
about.
halftime
Yeah,
and they started
because
to play.
Yeah.
they were playing football, right? And we were there trying to, and I always talk about it earlier. We don't manage games, too much pressure, and better teams will make us pay. And as we saw it today, even though I don't think the goal they scored was more of them breaking down the defense, it was more of us making a mistake and they capitalizing,
Yeah.
right? But I mean, after that goal scored, knowing the momentum was with Arsenal, I was sitting there and wondering whether we'll be able to see out this and just get a draw.
Yeah, but
You know?
the subs at the time they killed their
Subs.
team too.
They kill the team, yeah.
I thought so as well. I
Yeah,
thought so as
yeah.
well.
Yeah, yeah.
That
And-
Vieira, when he come on, he started to slip all over the place and mistake.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think Ten Hag subs, because when we started to struggle, right, in possession, right, Arsenal playing all over us, we was thinking, well, maybe a Casemiro now. Because in my mind, because United fans, Arsenal top of the table, they're playing good football. A point is a good point. Would have been a good point.
Yeah.
So you're
Correct.
thinking that here what? Bring on
Manage all the
Casemiro
game.
now and manage all the game, you will take the point. But Ten Hag didn't do that.
No.
Ten Hag went attacking.
He brought
Yeah.
on Fred.
But, he bring on Fred. And he didn't play Fred deep. He played Fred high up the field.
Yeah.
With saying that, hey, it had plenty time in this game. And I want to win this game.
Yeah.
Right?
We home.
That
Exactly.
Fred was
Yeah,
that
too,
Fred
correct.
worked too,
Yeah.
That Fred worked too.
That
Yeah,
Fred
Fred
works.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me just get some comments here before we look so rapid, guys. Simeon saying here that fella kicked down Bruno and he decided he should get up and play for real instead of lying down. I can't remember which play that was. What play that was earlier?
The Conga, the stamp.
I mean, for the first goal.
Yeah.
The stamp.
Okay. He's saying Eriksen's steady talking to everyone, not screaming, talking. Yeah, and that
Yeah.
that was key, yeah.
Yeah.
Eriksen is quality, boy. Eriksen
yeah,
is real
yeah.
quality, boy.
Kurt saying here Scotty put in a shift in defending too. And fist pumping the goalkeeper and centre backs camaraderie is good.
Yeah.
Scott
Simeon
had an excellent game today.
Good.
Simeon saying here, I was waiting to replace McTominay with Casemiro, and as soon as Casemiro come on, he turned over the ball. McTominay with some
Yeah,
goals,
boy.
with some solid games in a row. Yeah, boy. Jesus saying here, second half Arsenal came out fast and seemingly were trying to settle. We were trying to settle, but kudos to Ten Hag recognizing we needed some tenacity to even out the midfield control, and Fred came on to upset the parry. Yeah. So Jay, realistically, what are your expectations and what where you think the ambition for Arsenal is this season?
This season, well, same as what Tata was saying, this season is top 4. And I hope it's not like a scraping top 4. I hope it's a convincing top 4. I can't see we winning the league with that bench. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if it will change in January and play in Europa League too. I can't see it. I don't know. I'm not sure. And especially without players competing in positions too. Like if Jesus get injured, who we have? And Ketia on top. Saka got injured, who we have? Martinelli.
Problems. Problems.
Or the goalkeeper, the American, I don't even know.
I know he's a backup goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Turner from MLS or somewhere.
Okay.
So I can't see it.
So just trying
Top
to
4, top 4.
top 4.
A convincing top 4.
And nothing in Europe.
I really spoke about the Europa League.
groups.
Yeah.
Screen for us, we doesn't really rate. I go side with Junior here. We don't really rate the Europa League now. We don't rate the Europa League.
That just for the bench then. Die for the bench.
Yeah, they keep
Until reach quarterfinal because it
Yeah.
turned into a trophy then.
Yeah.
You know. Hey Richard, man, thanks for joining, buddy. He's saying he late, but great win today, of course. So fellas, as we wrap it up, thoughts on Anthony and his debut. I mean, very few players score on their debut. You know, one namely Anthony Martial. You know, but I mean,
what Rashford? Rashford scored 2 on his debut, right?
Yeah.
Against
Yeah.
Arsenal, right?
Yeah.
Let me talk about that. Jesus.
What do you all see Man U this season?
Hey.
top four could be a great
True.
achievement for us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
They have a
agree.
good bench. They have a good bench.
You even say a great achievement.
Yeah.
Some
yeah,
sort
yeah.
of trophy, man. We had to get some sort of
We could get something
But
to
if
it.
Martinez,
or something.
if Martinez injured, Harry, who else would have behind Harry?
Harry and
Lindelof.
Lindelof.
You go see we number 2 backline Tuesday.
Yeah.
Right? You go read about we number 2
Yeah.
backline on Tuesday.
The Bravka might start.
The
The
one
Bravka
called
might start.
Philip Jones.
No, because listening earlier, the kind of intensity and the close space of time them last set of games was, and you're seeing how players now starting to feel it. Because
Yeah. That'll be a
Martinez
full
went down
change.
today,
Yeah.
Rashford went down
Rashford.
today. Right? It had no way if Ten Hag play them by on them Tuesday, Ten Hag is a
wicked.
terrorist.
Yeah.
Martinez was really growing.
Yeah, he was holding
Yeah,
it right now. We
he
need
was
them
good
fellas
going.
on them free bread and butter. Crystal
That's
Palace
right,
playing
yeah.
proper football.
Crystal Palace
Yeah.
playing good football. And
You
Crystal Palace
understand?
beat we last season. Crystal Palace take 4 points almost to beat us and we draw with them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they play better than we
Yes.
2 games, eh?
Better than we in the 2 games.
Yeah. So I expecting, I mean, I don't want to put nothing past Real Sociedad. They are a good team, but still fine with squad depth. You know, we have good squad depth. You know, we are Ronaldo. Anthony could play that game. Bring back in
Yeah, we have
Elanga.
to.
Start Fred and
Exactly.
Casemiro.
Yeah, Fred and Casemiro. I mean, I don't know
Yeah.
if Donny might be back. Right? And then we
Donny,
have
one time
all-
he injured.
Yeah, he
He
was
was
injured.
injured,
That's why
yeah.
he wasn't there today.
Going on loan.
It was on the team sheet.
Right, and then the back four, we bring
Exactly.
back all the back four for the last hurrah. You understand? I guess saying that team that played today, all of them fellas supposed to get rest. And when we watch on the
All.
bench, I want to see men like a Nacho, Iqbal.
Iqbal.
I don't want to see none of these fellas on that bench
Savage.
Thursday. Savage.
Yeah.
No, them fellas, all of them fellas put it out today. Them fellas put it out
Yeah.
today. You
Yeah.
understand? We had to reward them fellas with some rest.
And that my thing earlier. I don't know. This intensity we play, if you keep it up, boy, because it's some real high intensity football and fellas playing, eh?
Correct.
Yeah, they'll be
If
able
you
to
keep it up.
rotate the squad good enough.
This is why Ten Hag say he wanted more forward options, because he said in one of his interviews, he said the forward players are the ones who just work the hardest because of what he demanded from the team.
Yeah.
They are the one pressing from the front, so they just do the most running.
Yeah.
So that's why he said he wanted depth with the forward players. So a lot will be dependent on them, in my opinion. And I think, I mean, for what it's worth, I think we should be okay once we get players back from injury and wherever and wherever.
Yeah.
You know. So quickly, guys, let me just get into Anthony now. We all thought about his debut.
Yeah, I was surprised. I think he did well. I think he took his goal well. I think you saw his confidence. You saw the little Brazilian trickery. During his play, I think Ten Hag also managed him well. I think even temperament-wise, I saw that someone trying to get under his skin, especially after the goal. And then he went and celebrated in front of Arsenal fans, and even the Arsenal players, decided to come at him a bit more aggressively. I think he managed that. Of course, you saw that Ten Hag was somebody on the bench just talking to him, because temperament was flared. But he managed himself well. But only issue is he looked so left-footed that the Premier League, they put 2 men to back your left foot, then you have nowhere to go now. So I want to see how it is he when I make out in the Premier League with that dead left foot. With Messi is one of the greatest, on that left foot. But I want to see how Anthony, going and really evade Premier League defenders who know that, hey, he got cut back on the left foot, and how he gonna really make it in the Premier League on that one foot. You know, that's what I want to see. But excellent debut.
Lion?
Yeah, I was pleased with it. I mean, I just looking forward to seeing more because it's one game you only play 60 minutes. He had a very good debut, and there was a lot of pressure. It will be a lot of pressure based on his price tag. So I want to see if he could handle that pressure. But I think Ten Hag will support him in that role based on the fact that he knows him. So he should be able to ride that pressure. But I'm looking forward to seeing more of him. I don't want to get carried away, but I'm looking to see more of him.
Yeah. Before I go to JP, let me just get this. And guys, we have 29 likes. Somebody could do us a favor and just give us one more to get to 30, or even before over 30. Right? Arun saying here, what I love about Anthony's goal was his celebration, pulling and pointing at the badge. Yeah, because the man wanted to come. Only the man was
here.
Yeah.
Somebody was saying he didn't know that was the
Where it was,
yeah.
So somebody saying what?
He didn't know that was the away end.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
That's why he did that.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think, that's why the referee was talking to him after one or something after. Right.
I thought he was taunting the Arsenal fans.
Okay. Yeah, JP, talk to him about Anthony.
Yeah, I was impressed. I was very impressed because, I mean, for somebody who has only been with the squad for 48 hours or so, trained like probably twice with them, they come into the system and he looked like he know what he was about. He did what was expected of him and then even surpassed by scoring on debut. So to me, I know we'd have seen in preseason training where those fellas were doing the week of foot training. So hopefully he will continue doing some of that so that it wouldn't be too predictable. But when you think of players like Ian Robben too, who was very left-footed and it didn't matter, he could have still destroyed players with their left foot. So Anthony could be one of those. Messi, I mean, Messi is the prime example, but Messi is next level they're talking. So I would compare more to like a Robben, who, Robben go and cut in on the left and hit, but you couldn't stop him. So if Anthony could be that player, then he could be just as potent.
Yeah. So fellas, it was a good win. It was a good show. Right? And I mean, we want to thank Junior for coming and being a part and sharing his thoughts on his team.
Man. See all at the Emirates.
At the Emirates.
Yeah, we just struggle. We United struggle at the Emirates, eh? We just struggle at the Emirates.
Look at the 4 in the Emirates.
You forget
that time we saw him.
You forget Nico that game when
Lingard
dance on
Yeah.
So me afraid Emirates
after that we struggled.
Yeah, me afraid Emirates again on that Ten Hag. Me afraid. But it had plenty time before then for me to change my mind. Right? So guys, it was nice. Jay, thanks again for joining. Mike. Yeah, go ahead.
Just want to thank you all, for having me. All you're doing a real good job, as always tell Karim. Although I'm not a fan of Man United, I always try to be here. Even if I don't catch it live, I just watch you repeat. My wife just want to know what happened to you. What happened to you, Nah, I really
appreciate that.
Like this for Manchester United.
Yeah, convert.
Like for Manchester.
Nah. I
try. Here coming.
Peel off on a United logo on that.
Yeah, man. Keep up the awesome work.
Yeah, man. We appreciate that. Yeah, man. So guys, that brings us to the end of our show this evening, and I only have one thing to say. And Nico was saying it last show. We want to make Old Trafford a fortress again.
Yep.
You understand? We take two big scalps at the Theatre of Dreams, and we want when people in the tunnel how you put it last time, Nico? The studying, about damage control
Yeah.
as opposed to
The beaten already internet.
yeah. We want that factor, we want that fear factor to return. People can't be coming at Old Trafford and feeling that them could drink with juice and open my fridge and take what I want. No, we are going through that. Right? So, let me see how it goes. Guys, it was nice. Those in the comments, we do appreciate all the shares, all the likes, all the comments. And don't forget to be on YouTube as well. So, subscriptions on that side will be appreciated. Likes and shares on that side will be appreciated. And guys, we will be here on Tuesday. So, see you all on the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah, fellas.
Yeah.